Hey guys, I got some interesting and kind of unexpected news about the next Dragon Age game for you today, so grab yourself a nice cup of tea and let's jump straight in. So yesterday, as of the writing of this script, on Thursday the 6th of June, BioWare posted a new blog where they announced that the next Dragon Age game has a new title. The game is no longer going to be called Dragon Age Dreadwolf, so no more dad jokes for us. Instead, it is going to be called Dragon Age the Veilguard. So DATV for short, or that V, or DAV? Now, the name change isn't the only news that we got yesterday. In the blog post, BioWare posted a lot of interesting tidbits, all of which I am going to go over in just a minute, but there is also an IGN article that revealed even more information to us through snippets of an interview with BioWare's general manager, Gary McKay. This includes information on the gameplay, companions, romances, and the reason for the name change. Really, there is a lot to digest here. We've been living off of scraps for the past 9.5 years. We've been starving for information, and now BioWare is like, here, have the full 10-course meal. Eat up, bitches! And honestly, it's a little overwhelming, but also very, very exciting to be finally getting something. But before I go into my own thoughts on all of this, let me just go through BioWare's blog post with you all first. So the blog post starts off with, summer is nearly upon us, and as promised, we're ready to provide an update on our big reveal. We'd like to invite the world to join us on Tuesday, June 11th for the official first look at gameplay for the next Dragon Age. After Dragon Age Inquisition launched, the studio was given an incredible opportunity to explore, test, and validate a variety of gameplay concepts as we work to determine what the next Dragon Age game could look like. We brought everything to the table, which, yes, even included a multiplayer concept. The time we spent experimenting and iterating gradually taught us a lot. This work and the amazing support from EA helped us refocus on creating an incredible single-player game with all the choices, characters, and world building you'd expect from us. At BioWare, we create worlds of adventure, conflict, and companionship, where you are at the center of it all. As fans of our franchise know, every Dragon Age game has delivered a new standalone story. Set in the world of Thedas, these tales explore epic locales and threats, always thrusting you into a new conflict. Each game also introduces a new lead hero, the Warden, Hawk the Inquisitor, that you can call your own. You can expect all of that and more with the new game. And of course, much like your unique hero, it wouldn't be a Dragon Age game without an amazing cast of companions, right? Each of the 7 unique characters that make up your companions will have deep and compelling storylines where the decisions you make will impact your relationship with them as well as their lives. You'll unite this team of unforgettable heroes as you take on a terrifying new threat unleashed on the world. Naturally, the Dreadwolf still has an important part in this tale, but you and your companions, not your enemies, are the heart of this new experience. So to capture what this game is all about, we changed the name as the original title didn't show just how strongly we feel about our new heroes, their stories, and how you'll need to bring them together to save all of Thedas. We proudly introduce you to Dragon Age the Veilguard. We know you've been waiting a long time for this reveal, and we're so ready to show you what we've been up to. We'll see you on Tuesday, June 11th at 8 AM PT at the Dragon Age YouTube channel with over 15 minutes of gameplay from the opening moments of the game that has you jumping back into Thedas on your new adventure. This moment means so much to everyone at BioWare, and we wouldn't be here without you. We're ready to have some fun, so join the chat early. We've got a few special surprises for you. Thank you for all of your support. See you soon, Gary McKay. Alright, so Dragon Age the Veilguard. I really wasn't expecting a title change so close to reveal, and it will certainly take a while to get used to it again. So from what I've seen in the community, the general reception of the new name is pretty mixed. I've seen people say they like Dreadwolf better, others say they thought Dreadwolf was a little bit too on the nose or too generic. Other people really don't like the new title. As for me, I think I like the new title. I like Dreadwolf, I thought it was alright, but I do think the Veilguard is definitely a better fit, and I think it sounds pretty cool too. What kind of, I guess, annoys me about the new title is the like, why Dragon Age the Veilguard? Why not just Dragon Age Veilguard? See, I like the Veilguard as a group name, especially since it's going to be our group, but as a title, I don't know, it just feels off to have it there. I guess I understand that they wanted to be specific since the title is referring to our specific group made up of us and our companions, but I think Dragon Age Veilguard just... it rolls off the tongue better, you know what I mean? As for the acronym, DATV, or DATV, yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it DAV. As for the reason of the name change, yeah, I totally get it. Solus, aka the Dreadwolf, isn't going to be our only antagonist, so it wouldn't make sense to name the entire game after him. And I like the idea behind the new name. I like that it refers to our new protagonists and their group of companions. Speaking of which, 7 companions. It's interesting that they chose to go with 7 since Inquisition had 9, 3 of each class, and Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Origins had between like 8 and 10 companions, depending on if you count both Carver and Bethany as companions and if you count the DLC companions. But I honestly don't mind. If less companions means the characters that we do have are more fleshed out, I'm all for it. Now what I'm really interested in is your decisions will impact your relationships with them as well as their lives. Does this mean if we mess up badly enough our companions will die? Will our choices determine what kind of person they're going to be by the end of the game, similar to Baldur's Gate 3? I wonder... I actually wonder if there will be a way to end up with literally 0 companions. God, I just can't wait to see who our companions are going to be and how exactly our choices will impact them. Like, can we get them killed? Will they leave if we do too many things they disagree with? The blog post does say we need to bring them all together if we want to save Thedas, so is there going to be a best and a worst ending depending on what happened to your companions? God, this is just so exciting to think about. And of course, there is the gameplay reveal. So, as the blog post says, on Tuesday, the 11th of June, they will be streaming 15 minutes of gameplay. And 8 AM PT, that is 5 PM for me in the CEST time zone, which is 4 PM UK time. And I'll try to look up some other time zones as I'm editing this video and either have them up on the screen or in the description of the video. All I know is I'm going to be going to work early that day so I can leave early and rush home to see the stream. I don't want to miss those special surprises they're talking about. So that's it for the BioWare blog, but as I said, there's also an IGN article with a lot of very interesting news that I want to go through. Now, I'm not going to cover the entire article because it is a lot, but I'm just going to go over the things that I thought were the most interesting. And I'll leave a link to the IGN article as well as the BioWare blog post in the description if you want to read it yourself. So the first interesting bit that I wanted to go over was this, and this is from the interview with Gary McKay. We spend a lot of time making our companions feel authentic based on their own unique experience within this larger fantasy world, which in turn makes the relationships you form with them feel more meaningful. We've tapped into Dragon Age's deep lore and explored its most iconic factions to bring each of the 7 companions and their stories to life, he says. I won't spoil next week's reveal, but I can say that we've created a story where you can impact the world and the companions that surround you. Player agency is important to the Dragon Age the Veilguard experience and allows each player to form unique personal connections with their companions of choice. And yes, you can romance the companions you want. So what we learn from this is that each of the companions are likely going to be representing one of the many factions in Thedas. As for which factions those will be, of course we'll have to wait and see, but my guess is that we'll at least see a Grey Warden, a Mortalitassi, and an Antivan Crow as our companions, and I'm also kind of hoping one of them will be a Lord of Fortune, a faction that was introduced into Winter Nights. And it seems they're taking the Dragon Age 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 route where your character can romance any of the companions regardless of race and gender. He continues, as you accompany your companions to unravel their backstory and earn their loyalty and friendship, you'll visit more regions of Thedas across a deeper variety of biomes than any Dragon Age before it. So we're going to be visiting a lot of places, it seems. Honestly, so long as the levels themselves are smaller and more linear compared to Inquisitions, I'm all for it. And I wonder what places we'll actually be going to, like, yeah, we know we're going to Devindra and Antiva and the places we've seen in the Thedas Calls trailer, but we visited a lot of places in Inquisition, and if in this game it's going to be even more, I wonder what other places we'll be going to. I mean, I have a lot of guesses, but I'm really curious as to what you guys think, so definitely leave a comment and let me know. Now, the next part is something I am very excited about. He once again teases another villain beyond Solus. I don't want to get too deep into spoiler territory, but I can say that the Dreadwolf is not the only god players need to be worried about. Okay guys, I'm calling it, it's going to be one of the Elven gods. My guess is Elgar'nan, Gillinan, and Mythal. And I'm not eating a shoe if I'm wrong. On the gameplay front, McKay says that the Veilguard combat was a big area of focus, and something the team wanted to push forward. Among other things, McKay says that the Veilguard will feature an ability wheel designed to give players orders to the 2 companions who can join them in battle. As an RPG, strategy in combat is important as you bring 2 companions to every fight. Each companion brings unique powers and abilities that have a direct impact on how you choose to take down enemies at hand, he says. To add another layer to that strategic element, we're introducing a new ability wheel where you can pause the action and set up your next move, whether it's your companion's abilities or your own. The ability wheel opens up a huge amount of strategic possibilities, giving players the ability to control the flow of combat and link powerful combinations of abilities between players and their companions that can quickly turn the tide of any battle. We think we found an exciting balance between fun, fluidity, and strategy for every encounter. Okay, yeah, I'm not really a fan of being able to take only 2 companions. I do get they're likely doing this for balancing and gameplay reasons, and I trust it's the right decision, but a party of 3 feels weird for Dragon Age. I'm sure it's something I'll get used to, and it's definitely not going to ruin my experience or anything, but I would have preferred being able to take 3 companions and have a party of 4. One of those reasons, honestly, is the variety in banter. Like, with 3 companions, the banter will vary between the 3 companions, and with only 2, it's just going to be between the same 2 companions the whole time. And also, I just have a hard time choosing which companions to take with me often. Like, I'll usually pick my romance companion, of course, and then another companion that I like a lot, and I usually fill the 3rd slot up with whatever companion I feel like taking at the time, and that's gonna be harder to do with only 2. But as I said, I'm sure it'll make sense with the gameplay, and it seems the combat is going to be a little more similar to what they do in Mass Effect, and there we can also only take 2 squad mates. I'm honestly not really sure what to think of this change in combat style yet. I think I'm just really gonna have to wait and see how it actually feels to play before I can really say anything. And I'm glad there's going to be some sort of pause option for the combat. That's something I would have really missed if that wasn't there. I'm not really sure to what extent we're going to be able to control our companions. From what I've read, it seems like we're going to be able to control their actions and abilities rather than like actually fully control them like in the other games. I think I'm okay with that. It's just, if that is the case, I just really hope the AI is smart enough to not try and hug a dragon's ass and melee it with a crossbow. So these are all the points I wanted to go over. I'm sure there is much more I can talk about, but I don't have a lot of time, and I honestly just wanted to get this video out to you guys as fast as I could. Especially because there is likely going to be even more information released during the Xbox Game Show on Sunday, and I just really wanted to get this out before then. So I'm sorry if this video feels a little bit rushed. I don't often do news content for this exact reason, because you have to be fast, and I often, like, don't have time. I promise my next video will be the proper quality content that you're used to from me, I promise. About the Xbox Game Show, Jackdaw will be streaming that on his channel on Sunday, and Lambo and I will join him, so if I manage to release this video before then, make sure to tune in and clown with us. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, let me know by liking this video. Or leave a comment and let me know what you think of all this amazing news. Do you like the new title? What do you think of the combat changes? Are you going to watch the gameplay review on Tuesday? Definitely let me know. Like, seriously, I'm honestly very curious as to what you all think. If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon, or join my Discord server and let's continue to talk about Dragon Age the Veilguard there. Yeah, still not used to it. That's it for now though, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.